am, of course, always excited to be here. Today is Remembering Saturdays. We have been going live all month this month. And we do have what? I believe what? Maybe 14, 15 days left now. And basically what we're doing during those lives is slowing down Bible verses, decoding them and understanding them from a different perspective. So, as usual, I'm not here to argue with your theology, argue with your faith, or get you to change your belief. I'm simply here to open your minds to new perspectives. So take what resonates and leave the rest in love. Yes. Okay. So I've been getting a lot of questions, and next week's videos are going to be based off of that. I've been having a lot of questions arise within too. So, what remembering really means, what remembering actually means for us as spiritual beings having human being experiences. I'm going to explain to you exactly what that means throughout the week. Throughout next week's videos, you'll get more of an understanding as to what remembering actually boils down to. And it's who we are, basically. It's who we are and what we possess. But tonight we are going to talk about what we've been talking about throughout this week's videos. What happens during the process of remembering when you start to lose certain relationships, lose different friendships. Part of you don't feel the same anymore. Things that you took part in don't feel good to you anymore. And that's all part of the process. And normally this process isn't spoken about. It's not. A lot of people don't talk about it. A lot of people don't talk about this at all anyway. I take that back. Because this year, and I will probably say for the past maybe 3 or 4 years, I've been seeing more and more people awakening to who they are, awakening to what they possess, and using it, and using it, and using it, and embodying it, and awareness has taken over consciousness, and they are awoke. And that's it. That's what I've been seeing more and more daily. And as I tell you, 2026 is the year of the awakening, not just 1 or 2 or 20 of us. I'm talking about collectively we start to make some huge changes this year. So you guys stick with me tonight. We are going to discuss what happens during this remembering process and how to cope with us living different lives and integrating our awareness with life now. Hey, how are you? A Marang. Knock, knock. How are you? Okay, so I'm excited about tonight. If you're just joining, welcome. If you're watching a live, great. If you're watching a replay, even better. No worries, you're right on time. I'm grateful for you being here. Hi, is it Zaki? Hi, Zaki, how are you? Guys, we are discussing, hi, Javier, how are you? Okay, I'm seeing some new faces tonight. Hi, Joseph, how are you? How are you? Hello, hello, hello. Where are you guys at on your spirituality journey? Where are you guys at? And where are you guys connecting from tonight? Guess what? What? Tell me. Hi, cream cheese. I like the name. Where are you guys connected from tonight? Where are you connected from? Guess what, Cal? Okay. What state are you in? Where are you connecting from tonight? You're welcome. I'm in Dallas, Texas. Where are you all connecting from tonight? Are you in the U.S.? Are you outside of the country? What state are you in? Texas. Me too. Okay. When you say Apple, I'm guessing New York, the Big Apple. Great. The United States, happy. What state are you in the United States? Great. Okay, Lubbock. Okay. Okay, great. Got it. Okay. Awesome. Anyway, welcome, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Florida, nice. Okay. Okay. Okay, I think I got 2 Floridians in here tonight. Nice. I visited Florida. I love it over there. It's nice and hot. Nice and hot. Anyway, so what do you guys... YouTube, stay with the bull crap. They done kicked me off again, guys. YouTube, stay with the drama. Have I been to El Paso? No, I have not. Are you guys still connected? Because I got kicked off. YouTube has been giving me the boot lately. No, I have not been to El Paso. Okay, thanks for still being here. Yes, it glitched. I got kicked off. YouTube been doing this to me lately. I don't know. YouTube don't want me to spread the knowledge and wisdom and understanding that I have, so they're just telling me Get off, get off, get off, get off. No, not happening, not happening. No, you didn't lag. My computer kicked me off. It's all good. I'm here now. So thanks for you guys telling me where you are connected around the world. So what do you guys know about spirituality? I'm not sure if you all are connected. Today is Remembrance Saturdays. What we're basically doing is remembering the power that we possess within. So I'm not sure if you're normal people, if you're normal subs to the channel. I am a moderator. Can I be a moderator, please? Really, I want to help out. I mean, you can email me for sure. I would like that. You can email me at chicolesworld at gmail.com. So it's my channel name at gmail.com. I'd be interested. So are you guys on a spiritual journey? Are you on a spiritual journey? And we all are. Are you aware? Are you aware that you are a spiritual being having a human being experience? Really? I always tend to get a lot of young people on here. Look, and I welcome you with open arms because what I discuss here on this channel, it's amazing. And if you get it at that young of an age and it sticks, oh, it's even better. Because when you're young at that age, you're more conscious than you are sleepwalking. Okay, good. I like it. Are you guys using your parents' phone? Okay, you don't know what that means, so no. Got it. Understood. Understood. No worries. And if you stick with me, cream cheese, you'll learn. Good. Okay, good. I'm glad to hear, Javier, because I'm not trying to get you in trouble tonight. As long as your parents know you guys are on here, that's cool. Yeah, stick with me. So what are you... Hey, how are you, sad player? How are you? Good. I'm glad. I'm glad. When you're 9 and older, you need to have your own phone, right? Anyway, so let's get into it. I don't know what you all know about spirituality. So let me start here. Since you guys are on the younger side, do your parents take you to church? Are you in church? That's not what I'm discussing because I don't discuss religion, but I guess that's a great place to start when you are younger. Good, I'm glad. Happy early birthday. Good. Okay, so what we're going to talk about tonight is a little bit different. It's similar, but it's a little bit different. Because tonight we're talking about more so about remembering who we are and what happens during that process when we remember who we are and what power we possess. Do you believe that we are a part of God? Do you believe that God is within us? That's what I need to know. Do you believe that God is within us? Okay, no problem with that. You're not missing out on nothing. Absolutely, God is within us. I love it. Not outside of us, not sitting up in the sky somewhere, not nowhere, but within us. We are never left alone. Christ lives within. We are all one. Whether you know that or know that not, how about this? We are all one. There is no separation. Here on earth, the only individuality is just us and our own universe. But we're still part of the bigger universe. And I know this is a lot for you because I know from what I'm hearing that all of you are on the younger side tonight. I must have got, I don't know. But it's cool. Like I said, I appreciate it. So tonight we're going to talk about more so about what happens when you awaken, when you realize and more aware of what powers you possess and what happens to us. You start to lose friends. You start to lose certain relationships. Something inside you feels different. Does any of the... Absolutely. And this is so. This is very much true. Inside of our hearts, inside of us completely, we are made in the image and likeness of the Creator, God, the universe. We are made in the image and likeness. And if you go to church, I'm sure you heard that Bible verse before. That is exactly what that means. And you ever heard the Bible verse where it says, I and the Father are one. The kingdom of God is within you. If you have, that is what that means. We are all one. There's no separation. There's no duality. But we can get into that another point in time. God made us and Jesus is our Savior. Okay, so God created us and Jesus came back to remind us of the power that we possess. Jesus came back to tell you, to tell us, to tell all of us to wake up to the power that we possess within. There is a Bible verse where it says that all the things that Jesus did, that we will do greater and more. So Jesus was I would more so say, I wouldn't say Savior. And it's cool that you say Savior. There's no issue with that. But Jesus came back to remind us of who we are and to bring us back to the awareness that we possess within. That's what these Remembrance Saturdays are about. So Jesus was an amazing, amazing guider. He was the most highest evolved being, one of the most highest evolved beings. And that's what he was coming back to realize who we were before we were conditioned to what the world has conditioned us to be now. Because we operate off of survival mode. Hi, Jeremy. How are you, honey? Jerome, I'm sorry. We operate off of survival mode. We have been living in survival mode for quite some time, all of our lives, actually. That's because we have been conditioned to do so. Because they knew higher people in higher places, economically, government, and so forth, not evolved, knew that that was a way to control us. If we were conditioned to believe certain things, if we were conditioned to do certain things, then we would forget, and we would continue to forget who we are, because we would be so distracted by what's going on around us. So that was a plan. That was part of the plan. And once that fog lifts, once that lifts from us and we become to walk in awareness and we are no longer sleepwalking, we can't unknow or unsee what we know now. We can't unknow or unsee what it is that we remember. But like I said, when this happens, that old identity that we carry, that old version of us, them old habits, they no longer serve us. They no longer serve us, and we begin to feel uncomfortable in our own skin because now we're like, what's happening to us? Trust me, I know. I've lived this. What's happening to us? I'm not sure what that means, but let me know what that means. And it's difficult. It's difficult. Relationships and roles, they no longer fit. You can't even have a good conversation with others anymore because it just feels uncomfortable. It just feels out of place. And then not even that, you find yourself sometimes getting into arguments with the person back and forth because what they're saying don't resonate with you no more. And now what you're saying to them don't resonate with them, and they starting to think you weird. Trust me. I know. I've lived it. And I've had a person that I used to be around where when I was still sleepwalking, that person looked strange. I wouldn't say sleepwalking because I was already coming to when I met this person. But this person knew more than I did and was more aware. And some of the things that the person would say is just like, what? That don't make any sense. Like, this girl is crazy. I used to think that. But now that I know better, I understand fully as to what this person was trying to show me and make me aware of. Now, we do it in our own timing. But you do have those that come along that are doors. And they're there to open doors for you within. They're there to show you ways. All you have to do is pay attention and don't run from it. Spirit ain't gonna let you run from it too much anyway. You might get away once or twice, but I'm telling you, it's not gonna let up on you. Because that's what we came here to do. Remember who we are and what powers we possess. So when those old identities start to dissolve, when they start to leave, going through a spiritual upgrade, things do feel different. Absolutely, Jerome. And it could be heartbreaking sometimes. And I'll tell you why, because you're going to lose people that you've been around for years. They're not going to be able to catch up or understand you. They're going to think you're freaking crazy. Trust me, I lived that life. I was with someone for 16 years. And during this awakening that I'm going through right now, it became very difficult to see this person as they used to be. I met them where they was at because there's no way. I didn't judge them or condemn them. I just knew that we were on different levels and we were no longer aligned. And we had to go our separate ways, and it's cool because there's no love lost. But it was uncomfortable at first. It was very shocking and a little hurting. It was a little sad. But it happens. And they don't prepare you for this. But all last week, I dropped the videos in regards to preparing you for this because it will happen. But I'm always here. I'm here every Saturday, and we talk about Remembrance Saturdays. And you guys can always, ladies, can always email me at chicolesworld@gmail.com, and we can conversate. Because I know that this journey is not one. Some of it you will have to do alone, but it's not one that you want to get through completely alone. You love to have more aligned, like-minded people helping you through this, and just kind of pointing you in the right direction. You make the choice to resonate with it. You make the choice to follow it, but at least to have a guiding light showing you, hey, this is what's happening right now, and no worries. You're not behind. Nothing's wrong with you. You're right on time, and you will get through this. All you're doing is remembering who you are. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. And once it clicks in and you're there, there's no going back. There is no unseeing it. There's no unknowing it. You can't just tuck it under a rug. You can't. Those conversations are gone. But you will soon get peace with it. You will soon have peace with it. Trust me. That all that heartbreak and all of that stuff is going to subside. You won't feel that stuff anymore. Because you'll start to understand and know, as I should say, where you are and where you belong and who you are and how to go about resolving anything further. But again, just like Jerome said, you do things do feel different because now you got to shed those old habits, those old roles, those old relationships because they don't serve you no more. That's just it. The nervous system hasn't caught up, but it's in the process of catching up. It's in the process of catching up. And sometimes these times it's good to do it by yourself because those other distractions from other people who are not there yet tend to pull your spirit back into those old, not your spirit, but tend to pull you back into those old habits. They tend to pull you back. So you want to kind of maybe sometimes take some time for yourself, or at least every morning take some time to yourself to kind of hold your spirit steady. Journaling is a great way to help you through with this. Every morning every morning you write down what you're grateful for. And it can be things that you haven't yet received, but you write them down as if you have received them already. How about that? I am grateful for total awareness. I am grateful for the supreme knowing. You write down things that you are grateful for having right now at this moment, even if you're not experiencing it, because that's how you bring it into your life. That's how you manifest it, as they would say. And then you start to begin to write what your day will look like today and how you will go about your day. And write it down like I trust what is going to happen in my life today. And I release it without me having to control it, without knowing what the outcome is. But just know that this is what you're writing, this is what you're declaring, and this is what you're decreeing. And that tends to help this journey too. It tends to make this journey go a little bit smoother, and you tend to catch up more with your peace faster, if that makes sense. But again, if you watch, there are some videos online where they show you, and I told you, I just posted a whole week of videos where they will help you realize and understand how this process works and how to deal with it, how to cope with it while you're going through a spiritual awakening. And it's amazing. Let me tell you this. It's amazing when you wake up knowing that you are the creator. Co-creator, because you're not doing it alone. Remember, you and the Father are one. We are all one. So you're never alone. You're never, ever doing it alone. You're not. And like I said, you do feel lonely during this process a lot of the time because I moved to Texas recently, but this is where a lot of my shifting took place at. It started in Georgia, but a lot of my shifting took place here in Texas. And I felt alone because I didn't have anybody that I can conversate with about it. I had a friend in Georgia that I could conversate with about it, but I'm here now in Dallas, Texas, and I just met up with someone who actually I can have a conversation with, but that took a while. And this spirituality awakening can be lonely. It will get lonely. And this is why I tell you to journal. And then you start to journal and write down, hey, I have people in my life around me right now that I'm aligned with and I can have these conversations with. Start manifesting those people and bringing them into your life. That is how you do that. You declare and decree what you may not be experiencing, but you write it down as if you are. And you believe it and you have faith in it. And you already embody it, knowing that it's done already. That's something we've talked about too, because embodying and knowing and holding on to it, knowing that it's yours, that's part of that's how you manifest quicker. And stick with me. I'm going to go through this throughout my journey, my experience with you here on this channel, because I know what it's like to be alone. And besides that, I know collectively there's power in numbers. So if you get it, I got it, we got it. It's all good. Now, once we all get it, it's done. Okay? Now we start to see some real big changes. I'm talking about global changes. I'm talking about massive worldwide changes. But that's going to take us awakening collectively, because there's power in numbers. Stick with me. Stick with me, and we're going to ride this together, okay? So, and we can't build alignment on top of illusion. We can't. We have to, in order for us to become aligned, literally, it's not a mistake. Discomfort is the integration stage. It's where we learn now how to integrate the two. Awakening with how we live. So now we have to be intentional with it. And it takes practice. It takes time, because again, like I said, we have the old habits that keep continuing to pull us back. We have those old habits that they're embedded in us. We've been learning them since we were born. We've been learning these habits since we were born. Imagine if based off of whatever age they say you are, or whatever age you reach to. Imagine that's how many years of habit and routine you have to now reprogram. So it's going to need to be intentional. That's how you integrate it. But again, you can't unknow it and you can't unsee it. So you may try to ignore it, but it's not going to allow you to. And you don't want it to. You don't want to ignore it so much that something drastic has to happen for you to wake up and come back to it. That's what we want to avoid, ignoring it. Because then something drastic is going to happen. A paradigm shift is going to happen. And I don't want that for us. I would prefer that we didn't experience that craziness, because it can be drastic and it doesn't have to be. Just be obedient. It's okay. I know it's uncomfortable. But it won't stay that way. This too shall pass. If you know anything about the Hermetic principles, the law of the rhythm, what goes up must come down. The tide goes out, it comes back in. Listen, it's not going to stay like that forever. And if you program your mind to the point where you know that, then when you're in that mode where it's not so good, you can level it, because you already know that this too was going to come. You already knew that you was going to experience something like this, but now you don't have to experience this because you're aware of it, and you know how to keep your state of mind, your being, at a level where it serves you. But again, that takes practice after so many years of routines that didn't serve us, after so many years of habits that didn't serve us. Okay? And it's very easy for people to try to go back. For people to go back, say, no, I don't want to remember this. This is a phase you want to stop. Now you want to force the clarity. You want to, oh my goodness. And this is another one too, because when people come into spiritual awakening, they want to think that they can control it. It's not something that you can control. This word control is actually what's keeping us from peace, keeping us from financial freedom, because we think we can control everything. We notice that things attract to us once we become more peaceful and accepting about them. We stop resisting. We don't live from lack. We don't live with the thinking there's not enough or we don't have enough. Because then we start to chase, and then that's when we're living in survival mode. That's when you stop, when you're able to let that go, you'll see that the things that you desire you will start to attract them. Kundalini awakening. Oh yes. Awakening spontaneously, speaking in different languages. We are more. Yeah. That Kundalini awakening, look. I don't even know if everybody on here is ready for that. So I'm not going to get into Kundalini awakening, but yes, I understand exactly what you're saying, Zach. I understand exactly what you're saying. And I've done some Kundalini meditations. See, and that's another thing with me. I don't want to force it, but yes, I take my time. I've embodied this, and It's great here. I love this journey, and I want us all to experience, even if we don't, because we all have to go through our own journey and our own experiences. But my goal and my purpose, my calling, is to walk you through it and help you through it as much as I can, and to bring as many, shift as many spirits as I can to their very own awakening. But that's up to them. That's their choice as well. But I'm gonna do what I can to see fit that we shift a lot of more spirits. I believe it will happen to everyone eventually. Oh yes, me too, Zach. And when it do, I want to make sure I'm around for it. How about that? Ooh, I'm already around for it because it's happening right now. But yes, Zach, it will happen. It's happening right now. We are in a shift. I go through YouTube. I read different books. As you can see, my library behind me. It's here. It's in us. We know it. We know it. But like I said, we're too distracted by everything that's going on around us, and we forgot it. But that was part of the process. Hi, Steven. That was part of the process, but we there. We are there. Thanks, Zach. I am doing exceptional. I am doing exceptional. Do you have any questions? Feel free to ask me any questions. Like, I don't care what they are. I don't care what they are. I just want to. You guys can talk. I know I've been talking for what 21 minutes. Zach, I appreciate what you just shared too. That Kundalini awakening, that meditation, all of those studies, they bring a lot back to your awareness. But a lot of people are not ready for that just yet. I'm talking about I'm talking about spirituality and awakening and what phases you go through and how to maintain them and how to go through them, because when you awaken to who you are within, you get lonely. There's stages of loneliness that you go through because you can't just talk about it with everybody, or you can, but they won't understand you. They'll look at you like you're weird, and you're going to lose a lot of friendships. So we're basically talking about how to overcome that, how to go get through that together so that you don't think that there's something wrong with you, because a lot of people think that there's something wrong with them during this shift. A lot of people think that they're behind, and they're not. They're not. So the purpose of this tonight is to let them know, oh, wow, I'm going through it since 2017. It's Brutal Dark Night of Soul. Wow. 2017 is a wow. So how far along are you in your journey? Have you embodied a lot of what you desire? Have you embodied it and locked into it? Have you manifested? Have you changed your life in any way? Talk to me, Zach. I have. I'll tell you that right now. Like I said, and I'll say it again. I was in a relationship for 16 years. I'm no longer in that relationship because of this awakening. So, I mean, I'm okay with it. Oh, well, I'm single, but not lonely. Work makes you not lonely. See, that's the thing, though. So that's kind of what we're talking about. That's kind of what we're talking about. So loneliness, not loneliness in the sense where you need somebody else. Where you need somebody else, but loneliness in the sense where you feel lonely within. Because if you don't, you're coming to clarity. You're realizing clarity. You're awakening to who you are and your truth. So therefore, what you knew about yourself no longer resonates with you. Forget having someone else. Forget someone else. We're talking about you now. There's parts of you that have shifted, and things that you used to do, things that used to make you feel good, doesn't anymore. So you're lonely with yourself because you're on a journey trying to figure out and remember who you are. Yeah, I'm on my own 8 years dealing with the shadow self. Yeah. And healing is healing. That shadow work, that shadow healing is great. That shadow work. Welcome back, Javier. Go to church. Go to a church maybe if you feel that way. No. So religion is another part of a division. We're not going to get into this tonight, but going to church won't solve it. It's something you have to sit with and do on your own. I'm talking about meditation, quiet, journaling, seeking the information that you possess within. It's not going to come from somewhere else. It's not going to come from outside of you. The information that you seek, the knowing that you have, is within. It's within. Someone else can't bring you to that awakening. That's something that you have to do on your own, like I said. So the loneliness isn't so much about having someone else. It is, because they're not going to understand you. Okay, let me see. So I write down dreams. Now I say my affirmations, anniversary, Been in Georgia for 2 years. Okay, I just moved from Georgia. And last year has been challenging, and I've been isolating and spiritually uplifted. And look, listen, Jerome, you're not alone. You are not alone. It may feel like you're alone, but that isolation is power. That isolation is giving you the power that you need. It's helping you become a higher version of yourself. And once you've gotten there, let me tell you, it's a different story. It's a different life. I have had mystic experience, also speaking in other language, real trippy. Oh my goodness. Zach, I can tell you a few things. Michelle, if you don't like it, baby, it's okay. Just take what resonates and leave the rest in love, or you can just come off it alive if it doesn't resonate. But anyway, back to you, Zach. Oh, I've had points where I'm asleep and the cover gets snatched off of me to show me things where my spirit wants me to see. So I understand. I understand exactly what you're saying. I've had times when I got up and I'm writing, but it's like I have the pen in my hand, but I'm not really doing the writing. And I've wrote a whole book, 13 chapters long, just like that. That book should be out this year. It should definitely be out this year. So trust me, I understand. And this right here is a sense of you seeing what Michelle just wrote. People are going to think it's blasphemy. When it doesn't agree with them and it doesn't make sense to them, they're going to feel very uncomfortable with it. And that's okay, because we are all at different levels of consciousness. We all have our own different levels, and not us, and we all don't move at the same pace, and that's fine. But that doesn't mean we judge anyone else or condemn anyone else by their journey. Sounds exciting, like you are channeling. Oh, I've been channeling for quite some time. Yeah. I've actually learned how to do that maybe a few months back. So, and it's all a process. Look, listen, nobody's behind nothing. We all have our own process of how we deal with it. It's just that I choose to come on here to help others cope with the awakening. Because it's like I said, it's not so easy. And it can be lonely. But there are going to be times when you need to sit with it alone, so that you can understand more internally what's actually happened and make more sense of it. Because we're never alone. I say this all the time. God lives within us. We are all one. We are all one. We are all one. And eventually, I believe, Zach, you said it, we all will get it. It's inevitable. We don't know the when, the how, but it's happening. And I do believe we are in a shift right now. Yes, we are. Absolutely. And we are. The only thing that makes us different or makes us look different are these vessels that we live in. And there's so much division that's been created through religion, politics, race, that division is normal for us. That's why we don't believe that we are all one, and we don't treat each other as if, because of those categories that was designed on purpose to not help us remember who we are. Whether you like it or not, those categories, the governments, all of those things were created to keep us right where we are, divided. Because united we stand, divided we fall. There's truth behind that. There's so much truth behind that. And if you read the Bible, you would see, and if you understood it from a metaphysical way and not an external way, you would see that the Bible tells you there's power in numbers. Because there is nothing but power in those numbers. And collectively, we make a big change. But we need to do it together. But individually, it starts with our own selves. We do it ourselves. A lot of my dreams have been so vivid, and some felt like some was in the room with me. Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely. I could definitely go back to a time when I was a child when somebody was in the room with me. Am I going to jump into that story? Not right now. So I want us to live in a world where unity, being childlike, having fun. I agree with you, Zach. I do too. I do too. And there's Bible verses where it says that if we don't go back to our childlike mind state, because children live in consciousness up until the age of 12 before they actually slip into what the world sleepwalking, slip into what the world, that's if they don't remember, but most children don't. But children are way more conscious than adults are, because we are more now, as we become adults, we're stuck in that survival mode. We have to survive. We have to live. We have to do this. We have to do that. We have to clock in. We have to do this. There's so much that we're so distracted. We're being pulled here. We're being pulled here. And there's never a time where we actually listen to what's being told to us and follow the signs and pay attention. No, because we're too distracted by social media, this, that, and the third. That's just it. And it's unfortunate, but that's how it was planned. It was part of the process. In order for us to be who we are, we have to be who we're not first. And we are spiritual beings having a human being experience. Like it or not. That's just it. So I've talked, chatted about 31 minutes. Do you guys have any questions? Because if you don't, I am going to exit this live until tomorrow. We have about, 14 more days left of the month. But I'm here every Saturday, 7 p.m. Central Time. This is the only month that I'm here every night at 7 p.m. just to decode Bible verses. So I am here every night for the rest of January at 7 p.m. decoding Bible verses. It's like Jesus said, you need to be like a child to enter the gates of heaven. Heaven is inside us. Absolutely, Zach. Heaven is a state of being. Heaven is within us. It's right here. I actually broke down that verse that you're talking about in one of my videos. That verse right there. Don't ask me where it was from right now. I got so many Bible verses in my mind. I know exactly which one you're talking about. But yes, we have to be a child again to enter the gates of heaven. This is very true. And a lot don't understand the Bible verses. And that's why I have this month I was led to break down a Bible verse and decode a Bible verse and just basically taking it slower so that we understand it from a different perspective. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. And I'm sending you love right back. Sending you love, peace too. And look, y'all can find me here for the rest of the month every night at 7 p.m. And that's where I decode a Bible verse. But normally, next month, it'll go back to every Saturdays at 7 p.m. Central. I love you all. I'm sending love. And thank you for the loves and the hugs. And thank you for the correspondence, Jerome, Zach, everyone who responded. Even Michelle, thank you. I love you all. Have a great evening. And I will see you tomorrow at 7 p.m. And you guys, ladies, you can email me, chicolesworld@gmail.com. So it's my channel name at gmail.com. You can ask whatever questions and we can talk about this together. I'll drop my email in the chat. I look forward to seeing you all again. I love you all. Have a good